What if I told you that biggest coding failures are actually your greatest teachers? What's the secret to truly mastering software engineering? It's embracing the pain of making mistakes. And people don't understand the best way to learn something is to make mistakes first. Don't read about it, don't watch tutorials that make actual mistakes. And I cannot stress this enough, you literally cannot leave out the bad coding phase. It's impossible. If you try to skip this phase, eventually it will get you. There are no shortcuts to mastery, and this also can be actually amazing. We all felt this pain, and it's all about the journey, and skipping steps will hurt you in the long run. So we've seen this pattern countless times. You cannot skip the bad code phase, and trying to do this will always hit you late. There are no shortcuts to master. The difference between good and great is this: what you can do is understand the underlying principles. That's what separates good developers from the great ones. True skill acquisition happens through experience, through making mistakes, and learning from them and growing. So let's paint a picture, find the silver lining. If you ever wanted to hide because of your production bugs, we all been there. Your code breaks and users start complaining, failures, features become impossible to extend, and your teammates can't even read the code. So these are opportunities to learn. When you embrace these moments instead of running from them, something magical happens to your brain. And the research shows that your brain works in a very specific way. So if you're reading a book or watching a tutorial, it's a low retention. Your eyes just glaze over. Information goes in and goes out. But when you make a mistake and feel the pain, it's high retention. Your brain is like, I don't want to feel this pain again. Your bugs are best teachers. And you might think this is crazy, but the best engineers don't wait for the pain to find them. They go hunting. So don't be developer who gradually taps through the happy flow, happy path, and has a sign of relief when it works. Instead, actively try to break your code. Set to the details, test these edge cases. And this isn't just theory, this is reality. So if your code is full of holes, it will be exposed eventually. So you can't run from it. Three levels of understanding. Every developer goes through three distinct levels of understanding. So beginner one is this code makes the feature copy paste, make it work, move on. Level two, intermediate, you understand what's happening underneath, you know the APIs and how they connect. Level three, expert. This is absolutely critical to understand. You understand why these apps were designed this way and what came before them. Level three, it's what makes you like a system design master and like magic happens. Also, it's transferable wealth. The moment where everything clicks and you start to understand evolution of technology. You see progression, basically, for example, from HTML CSS, JavaScript, jQuery to modern React and Tailwind. Pain leads to context, and context leads to expertise. Let me back. So there was one example and to tell you why worst coding day would be the best learning day. So let me share a real story that illustrates this journey with example in Java. And here is what is happening. So when a junior developer building a user lookup system and looking through the users to find user by email, it works and it can feel confident. But the system, when it starts, it doesn't have that many users. But then, as usually, users number gets bigger and bigger, then the system is will behave slow and user will be frustrated. Fast forward later, this will cause an issue, and instead of this just way that it's working, we can move and make it more optimized. And this it will largely help with your optimization and time complexity. So as lists search like 100,000 users, it has potentially 1,000 comparison for every search. And with that hash map, this is all constant or one time complexity, which has like a direct access via hash map. And hash tables work like magic in email closing. Like hash function generate a hash code, and if there is a direct index to the data. So this kind of magic helps a lot and yeah, resolves our time issues. You can learn about what's really behind the hash map and how it works and really understand how the hash function works. And this will for you make a bigger, bigger attention for your brain, and you will always know about this kind of optimization. This is transferable knowledge and goes to the other programming languages or like concepts. So basically, you can, as you do it once, you can use this concept in other places. As they say, master the pain, master the craft. This is the power of this understanding. So, what are the key takeaways? If you remember nothing else from today, remember this: embrace the pain, it's your teacher. Seek the pain, find it early before it finds you. Learn from mistakes, they stick to your brain. Understand the why, not just how. Level up your expert understanding, and that will be the real value behind all of this. So the path to expertise runs through failure. So here's my challenge to you: don't run from it, run towards it, and your future expert will always thank you for every mistake you make today, every bug you debug, every difficult problem you tackle. That's how you build real strength and expertise. And as they say this week, break something on purpose, and you will embrace some pain, and your growth depend on it. Comfort is the enemy of growth, so pain plus understanding equals growth. So your future self is counting on you and just embrace your pain. Cheers.